Hi everyone. Today I'm going to tell you a story that how this earth is named as Prithvi. Where from she got this name? Well, this story, which one I'm going to tell you, is written in Vishnu Purana, Padma Purana, Bhagavata, and also from Mahabharata. Well, I combinedly am just telling the story, but the same story is different a little bit in all the other Puranas. Well, let me begin. You know, there was a ruler whose name was Anga. He married the daughter of Mrityu, means death, and her name was Sujatha. Now, Sujatha, Sujatha or Sunita, whatever. But whenever the king was doing any sacrificial yajna, the king was very good. But whenever he was doing any yajna, nobody was taking the share of yajna. Means no demigods, no gods, no one. So he was very upset, and one day he asked the priests and the Brahmins, "Ki, oh sages, tell me why nobody is coming to take their share? No demigods, no one." Then the sages said, "Ki, O king, maybe you have done something wrong, something sin in your previous life, because of which nobody is coming to take their share. And also you don't have any son. So you worship to Lord Vishnu, and maybe you will be blessed." Thus the king agreed with the words of sages, and he and Sunita, they both prayed to Lord Vishnu. They worshipped, and after a while they were blessed with a son, and they named him Vena. But unfortunately, Vena carried all the bad qualities from her mother's side. So he became very arrogant, very stubborn, and very treacherous. Whenever he was, in due course of time, when he grew up, when he was taking his bow and arrow, he was going to forest and killing all the innocent animals, particularly deers. And even sometimes he was killing his own friends. Somehow, wherever he was going, he became a terror to all the people. People were trembling at his presence. So now he became so bad that he announced that why unnecessarily people are worshipping the gods, and what for they are doing the sacrificial yajnas. Anyways, he started torturing everyone. Now the king, Anga, and the ruler, he came to know about this, and he felt very bad. One day he thought that, look, I didn't have any child. That time I was, to some extent, I was in peace. But having a child means without child, I was in grief, and with child also I am in grief. I am getting pain, because if uh, at least if I would not have any child, then maybe I would be detached from this world, material world, and I could think about God. Thus he was very upset and disgusted with his son's behavior, attitude, and one night, without anybody's knowledge, he left the kingdom, palace, went away. Now, as there was no king for a period of time, the people started all type of wrong works, like wrongdoings, means the theft, the unlawful acts started there. And like people didn't believe to each other, and they started killing, they started telling lies, and they stole the things from each other's house. Like these bad works they started. So the sages now thought that Brahmins, because there was no king, so they thought that now we have to put someone as the king. They asked Vena to be the king, and Vena Vena became the king. Now from the beginning he was a bad child. So what he would do, the moment he became a king, he said that there would be no sacrificial yajna, no rituals, no one will perform any rituals, and there would be no recitation of Vedas, Vedangas, anything. And everyone has to worship me because God or King is the incarnation of God. Why people will worship to Vishnu and other gods? Forget it. And he started his misbehavior to each and everyone, particularly to the Brahmins and all the sages. As he started this type of work, the sages were extremely worried, and they thought that he is a pain to the kingdom. Now let us kill him. Now they thought for a while, and they took some blade of grass, and they chanted the mantra and threw it to Vena. As they chanted the mantra, Vena was killed by the sages only. When he was killed, his mother took his body and preserved it. He said, "No, my son will be with me, I will preserve him." He preserved it. And once again there is no king. The sages searched for this Anga, but they couldn't find him. However, now when there was no king, the people became more and more arrogant, and they behaved rudely to each other, and everywhere there was disorder. And particularly unlawful acts increased. However, now the sages again came to Vena's, the dead body of Vena, and they robbed his thigh to produce a child. At that time they got a child who was dark in complexion and terrible at his look. So they sent it to the forest, the mountain. Now once again they robbed his right hand. There they got a child, and that child, the moment he was born, at that when it came out from his hand, all the celestial bodies, they showered the flower. And a bow and arrow, both were dropped from the skies. Now in due course of time, Prithu, because his name, they had given his name as Prithu, and he became the king. But the period up to which there was no king, by that time people were dying out of hunger because there was no crops. And Mother Earth was so much worried, and she got so much pain from this Vena. She took her form as a cow, and she took the form of a cow and went away to hide herself. So now as she didn't cooperate, there was no crop and no water, and everywhere the barren land was seen. So now this king Prithu, when he became king, he started worshipping gods, and he started asking the Brahmins to do the yajnas, the rituals, and the recitation of these Vedas. Everything he once again started. And the law, order, everything also restored. Now he went on searching for Mother Earth. While he chased Mother Earth, after a while, he found her. Then he requested Mother Earth to be like, once again, to become fertile, to give the crops and to give the greenery, everything. And as Mother Earth became happy with the rule of this King Prithu, once again, all the normalcy came back. Now everybody became happy, and law and order, everything was restored. People were happy with his rule, kingship. Now this much is the story, but from that day onwards, this earth was called as Prithvi. So look, first of all, before that, perhaps Prithu was the first king, king like king, And then all the dynasties followed by. However, you know what? The way Anga felt that if a good child is there, then at least your mind will become fresh and good. And if by any chance your child will become bad, then obviously you will be upset like King Anga. Anyways, this much is the story which was written in these Puranas. So once again I will meet you with another story some other day. Thank you so much. If you have time, please visit my site thegalpa.com. Thank you.